Yo, I'm Jason from Ingested, aka the Slam King, and you're listening to the FANTASM Podcast.
Phantasm.
Maximum terror.
Oh, that's your target audience, baby!
Phantasm.
And you know something? I sort of enjoyed it.
Phantasm.
Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal!
Phantasm.
Gorechrist FANTASM Podcast. Welcoming back Jason of Ingested. It's good to have you back on, dude.
Nice one, thank you. It's nice to be back. How you doing?
Fantastic. Good to look forward to finally seeing you guys play, so it's going to be awesome. And how's the tour been?
Oh, it's been wild so far. I think we're on like day 5.
Yeah.
Is it day 5? Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still in the first week. Every show's been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
All sold out shows. All the bands are absolutely insane. So it's stacked from top to bottom. Kids have been going absolutely crazy at the shows. There's been Walls of Death, circle pits galore, crowd surfers. It's just been absolutely nuts. It's
nice.
Probably my favourite tour that I've ever done so far.
Yeah, wow.
And we're only a few days in. So
Yeah. Really good tour package. Get a lot of like newer fans bringing in with like all the different bands playing.
Absolutely.
So you get a pretty good reception.
yeah. Like every night it's been crazy. Like plenty of new fans as well, because it's a bit of a mixed bill as well. Obviously you've got Lorna Shore, who are absolutely crushing it right now.
Yeah.
They're bringing in so many new fans to the genre.
Yeah.
And obviously, what did they say? A high tide raises all ships.
Yeah.
So it's like all these new fans who are fans of Lorna Shore, they listen to Lorna Shore and they're like, oh my god, this sounds amazing. What else sounds like this? And then it's like, oh my god, and then they just start checking all these other bands out, and then obviously we're the bands that are on tour with them, so we end up leaving with a load of new fans, which is always fantastic as well.
Oh yeah, it's exciting. Like the first song I think I heard you guys do, Skinned and Fucked, so that was enough for me. It's like I like this band already.
That's OG. That was our first single.
Yeah,
that was 2009.
You guys have been crushing it ever since. The last record I love, and this we'll talk about. Ashes Lie Still, amazing too. Awesome fucking record.
Thank you so much.
I've been wanting to talk to you about this for a little while. We can start. We go a little bit. You have to do a whole lot about each track, but we'll try to run through it.
Yeah.
Ashes Lie Still, the title track. So we'll start with that.
Yeah. So that was a song that Sean, our guitarist, wrote. Basically about the passing of his father.
Oh wow, okay.
We were actually on tour with Decapitated and Lorna Shore when it happened in the UK and Europe, and this was right at the start of the pandemic, so that tour got cut short and cancelled on the same day that we got the news about Sean's dad. So either way we were going home. But obviously because of the lockdowns and the way that the pandemic happened, they were never really able to have a proper funeral and a proper send-off for his dad. So that's what the song Ashes Lie Still is about, because his ashes lay still. They weren't able to get closure and send him off in the way that they wanted to. So it's quite a sad song, really. I mean, I remember when I recorded the demo of it before, when we were doing pre-production for the album, like when I'd finished recording it, I sat back and listened to it, and I just burst out crying, man, because it was just emotional.
Yeah, it's on a personal level.
Yeah,
very
it's
similar thing.
Super personal, and that's kind of like a theme that runs through this album. It's all very personal. Like this album's like us basically bearing our souls. Like this is because the three of us have we've been through some shit over the past few years. Not just as a band, but personally. We've all we've been dealing with addiction and depression and obviously loss, and battling our own demons, and we thought the best way to deal with that is to write an album about it and write
Sure.
about our personal experiences,
Yeah.
and in the hope that because we've come out of the other side of it better and stronger,
Yeah.
that in the hope that people can listen to this album and know that it can get better.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? If you are feeling this way, if you are feeling low when the world looks
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
it's darkest and it's bleakest, like there is still hope.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You do have value, even if you feel worthless.
Sure.
You do have value, and you can get out of that. It just,
Yeah.
you know. So I hope, like, if the album can help anybody who listens to it, just even like a tiny bit,
Yeah.
to me that's like worth more than selling 1 million records.
Totally agree, man. That's awesome. And, you know, writing for me is very therapeutic myself, so that's a good way to get it out there, especially with the platform you guys have to be able to reach so many people with that message. It's a really good thing. You know?
Thanks, man. I really do hope that it helps people.
Yeah.
Like,
That's good shit. And give my best to Sean if I don't see him too.
yeah, I will do, man. Thank you.
And number 2, Shadows in Time.
Shadows in Time. So Shadows in Time is about us breaking away from negative people and situations in our life, in our personal lives, and in our careers as well.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we've lost band members recently and stuff. So it's about breaking away from that. It's about breaking away from people who tell us that we're not good enough. People who tell us that we can't do what we want to do. And it's basically a fuck you to them.
Right.
And it's like, you know, it's showing people like, yo, you can fucking do and be whatever the fuck you want to be. You just fucking put the hard work in, and everything else will fall into place. Like, we've never been like a fucking hype band or anything. Everything we've done, we've fucking worked our bollocks off for it. We've earned everything that we've got, and so fuck anybody who says that we can't do what we want to do. We've fucking earned our stripes, we fucking paid our dues.
Amen to that.
And now it's time for us to fucking start reaping the fucking rewards. Like,
Right?
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The fruits of your labor.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. You'll Never Learn, number 3.
You'll Never Learn is about people who do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result.
So insanity.
Yeah, basically. Like, we've dealt with people like that, again, in our personal lives and in our career as well. Like, it's people just doing the same shit over and over again. You're just like, you know what I mean? You're just fucking everything up. Like, so it's just like, either fucking make a change and become a better person, or get the fuck out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we ain't got time for that
you
shit.
need people to grow with. And
hell yeah.
Even in the smallest way. So it's...
Yeah, I mean, like, look, we've all made our mistakes.
Sure.
Like, do you know what I mean? We've made our fucking mistakes in our personal lives.
Right.
And, but we've fucking learned from them.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And we've made sure that we don't make them fucking mistakes again.
Yeah.
Well, other people didn't. Right. And that's what that's about.
That's awesome. Very relatable, too. Tides of Glass, number 4.
Tides of Glass is a song about my... how can I put it? It's about my struggles with certain family issues, certain things like that, and it's about clawing through tides of glass to like try and get past this stuff,
right?
And it's also about like saving yourself from those situations, like when you're in a bad situation and you have a choice to make, and one choice is clearly a bad one, and the other one isn't. That's kind of what that's about.
Nice. At number 5, From Hollow Words.
From Hollow Words is about people who say that they're gonna do things and don't fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
And they basically lie, and they cheat, and they steal, and this is basically a fuck you to them people. Yeah, they're pieces of shit. Everybody knows these people. Everybody's got people like this in their lives.
Oh yeah.
And it's about fucking them people off.
Yeah.
Going, yo, look, you fucking say that you're gonna do this shit, or you're lying and shit like that, and we just ain't got time for people like that anymore. Like we've been doing this for too long now, and it's like
you lose the tolerance.
We just want to fucking surround ourselves with good people, with a good team, which is what we've got now.
Yeah.
We've got a solid team around us. We've got an amazing record label. We've got absolutely phenomenal management.
Oh yeah.
We've got a great road crew as well.
Yeah.
And the three of us in the band, like, we're closer than we've ever been. So it's just about like making our circle smaller but more secure.
Exactly.
And it's all about like loyalty and trust.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you had Sven from Aborted on the track, which is awesome. So.
He smashed it as well. Like, we've known Sven for a long time, and we've toured with Aborted like quite a few times now, like in the States and in Europe and the UK and that. And we've always wanted Sven on a song because we've always been fans of Aborted. Yeah. And when we picked this song, we were just like, yo, this song's perfect for him. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's pacey. It doesn't sound like Aborted. Yeah. But it doesn't. Do you know what? It's a new style of song for Ingested even. Yeah. Like the way, like the pace of it, it's very just like bah, 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 rather than like just blast beats all the way through. But we just thought like the way that the lyrics went and the delivery of the vocals, it would be perfect to have him on it. So like I really like the like back and forth, like call and response like style between me and Sven. I think it works really well. So it's a fucking awesome track. That I love it.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. Number 6, Sea of Stone.
Sea of Stone. Sean wrote this song. How can I put what that's about? I'm not really sure. I've not really spoke to him too much about that one, you know. I think it's quite personal to him, you know. Yeah. So he's not really spoke to me about what that song's about.
Personal song.
Yeah.
Sean personal.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you'd have to ask Sean about that one. I'd just be guessing.
Right. I guess for Sea of Stone, what you did, or is it just an instrumental? Or is it a
Sea of Stone? No, it's got lyrics and stuff, but the way he me and him write lyrics. Yeah. We write them. How can I say this? We write them metaphorically. Yeah. So they're quite vague. So what I think that song's about might not even be what it's about. Because me and him have never discussed. I've never even asked him what that song's about. So I was just like, okay, these lyrics are cool. I like it. But yeah, I don't know what that song's about. He's never told me. So I don't know whether it's personal to him or.
So number 6, personal, Sean song.
Yeah.
And number 7, All I've Lost.
All I've Lost. This song was probably the hardest song on the whole album for me to write. Because this one's about my struggles with like drug and alcohol addiction. Yeah. And basically like me hitting rock bottom and losing everything. Like losing my family, losing my band, losing my friends. Like I lost everything. Yeah. And it's about my journey through that to the bottom, and then basically being at a crossroads where I have to again make a choice where it's like, well, I can carry on doing what I'm doing and might end up dead,
right?
Or I can make a change and try and claw back everything that I've lost, which I did, luckily. Like my family was forgiving and my friends were forgiving. Obviously my band were forgiving because I'm back. But yeah, that's what it's about, and it does sound like it's quite dark and depressing, that song, because it is. Like I get that, but it's like it's not. It's like I said before. I look at it, even though it's painful for me to write that song. I look at it in a hopeful way. Yeah. Because it's not got a sad ending. Do you know what I mean? It's got a good ending.
You fought your way back.
I fought my way back. I did it. Like, so it's like, you know, I'm living proof. Yeah. Like, it can be done. Like, you just have to want it.
Right.
Like, do you know what I mean? And I know, like, you know, I'm not like, oh, woe is me. Like, I'm the only person who's ever dealt with that. I know that millions of people deal with that shit.
Yeah.
So again, like, if it can fucking help people,
Right.
like, that's what it's about. Like, I'm bearing my soul, and I'm being open about this. Like, because I know, like, some people, like, aren't. They don't want people to know, like.
Right.
But, like, for me, it's like, I want people to see me, like, as an example that it can be done. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and we got Matt Heafy on that song, which
That's
is
awesome.
obviously amazing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm a huge Trivium fan.
Oh, of course.
And it's weird how that came about, actually, because a few years ago, I think it was 2020, we released a single called Impending Dominance.
Yeah.
Did a music video for it and that, and released it. And then I go on Instagram one day, like the day after it was released, I think, and Matt Heafy had posted it, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, is this for real? And I was like losing my mind, and he basically posted it saying, oh, this new song by Ingested, sick death metal band from the UK, you should check it out. I was like, oh my god. And so we messaged him, and we were like, yo, thank you so much, like, that was like really cool what you did. And he was just super cool. He was like, no worries, like, really like the track and all this. And we were like, wow, that's crazy. And later on that year, we were slap bang in the middle of the pandemic lockdowns, and we were doing the next single, and we had to think of a music video, which was a bit difficult because if you're in lockdown,
Right.
it's like you can't film a fucking music video, can you? No one's allowed out of the house.
Yeah.
So we had to think outside the box a little bit, and I thought, like, oh, well, why don't we send the song to people that we know in the scene and our friends, some of our fans, like, stuff like that, and then just get them to, like, film themselves,
Zoom interviews, Zoom things,
like, just film yourself listening to the song.
Yeah.
Send me the video.
That's a great video.
And then I'll fucking edit it all down into, like, one reaction music video.
Yeah.
So we sent it to a lot of people that we know, and then we were like, should we ask Matt Heafy? Like, shall we? And then so we tried our luck, and we were like, would you like to do it? And he was like, yeah, for sure. And he recorded himself playing one of the riffs out of the song on his guitar on his Twitch stream, and sent us the video, and we were like, this is amazing. So, like, that went in, and we thanked him again, and he was like, no problem, if you ever want me to do any, like, guest spots or anything on a song, just hit me up. And we were like, we will fucking definitely be doing that. And then the song All I've Lost came about, and I just thought it was perfect for him, like the way that the melody goes through the hook, and I just knew it needed summer, and I just thought he would sound perfect on it, and he did. He did. It's absolutely amazing.
It also brings back everything with what the track's about, and having him on there, someone who you love.
Yeah,
being
like, that meant a lot.
Kind of brings
like,
it like full circle.
Yeah,
It's
hell
pretty
yeah.
awesome. Man. Number 8 with Broken Wings.
With Broken Wings, this is another dark one. This was about basically when I was struggling with addiction and stuff, and like that led to like quite severe depression, and I was having like quite a lot of like suicidal thoughts and stuff, and it was kind of like this song was sort of like my internal monologue, where it was sort of like the voice inside my head telling me to harm myself or do shit things to myself and stuff. And it was that song is about, as grim as that sounds, that song is about, there's lyrics in there where it's me arguing with that voice, and it's basically about me resisting that and choosing not to do that. But yeah, it's quite difficult to talk about this. But
You don't have to go too
but
far.
no, because like I want to be honest and open about it, because
and it
that's
is
the whole
relatable
point of it.
Stuff I write
like,
too, it really is. So like this is like, you know, it's good.
Yeah, like it's like I said, I want to be open about it because it's like I want it to help people. Do you know what I mean?
It's almost harder not to if you, like I said before, you know, if you have the platform, but you also have such a huge like way to get it out there, like speak your own mind. That's within yourself, kind of, you know.
Yeah,
it's got a therapeutic like value to it.
Yeah, it is. Like it helped, right? It was difficult to write a lot of these songs.
Yeah.
But like I felt better.
Yeah.
After.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like weightlifted.
Yeah.
And the fact, you know, a lot of other people, you know, get to hear it too, you know, and have their own journey with it. And,
Yeah.
But just to get words somewhere else is great anyway, even if it doesn't go anywhere. It's like, that's what I learned with writing, is just putting it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then being
and
able
then
to read it back.
It's not in here anymore.
And you're reading it back,
I mean?
and it's like art now.
Yeah.
So you can read it back, and you're like kind of proud of it.
Yeah.
Not the fact you did it, but the fact you can read it back, like, oh, this sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is the thing.
Doesn't sound
it's
good
like
in
you have
here,
to-
but...
you say you have to suffer for your art, don't they?
Right.
Like, so it's like...
Echoes of Hate.
Echoes of Hate is about a really shit interaction I had with a supposed family member who decided to physically assault me.
Oh.
So
Sorry
that's
to hear
what that's about, which was obviously a very traumatic experience for me. So yeah, it's about basically fuck him.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, like, again, like, I know shit like that happens to people and stuff, like, and it's just about cutting those people out.
Yeah.
And even though, you know, they're involved in your family and stuff like that, it's like, well, you gotta be strong enough to just go, do you know what, I don't give a fuck, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna do shit like that, you can fuck off. Like, I don't want you anywhere near me or mine. So yeah, that's kind of what that's about.
Awesome. Number 10, Scratch the Vein.
Scratch the Vein is a song that our drummer wrote the lyrics for.
Okay.
Which is the only song he's ever wrote lyrics for. And that's about his struggle with alcohol addiction and like the feelings that he's had to go through and stuff like that. And obviously I relate to that as well, because I had those same struggles. So you know, like it's quite a somber song. Like it's very slow. It's very. I think that the music on that song fits the lyrics very well. Like there's a lot of atmosphere to that song.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what that was about.
Nice. And then number 11, Rebirth.
Rebirth. Okay. Rebirth. That was the first single that we released when we signed to Metal Blade.
Yeah.
That was about basically how can I put this? That was about some struggles, internal struggles that I was having. It was about paranoia.
No.
About being distrustful and not trusting people around you and thinking like, you know, they're out to get me or fuck me over or shit like that.
Sure,
but like, and that's what that's about basically.
Yeah.
It's about paranoia, I guess. That's the best way you can put that. Like.
Well, yeah, I love the themes of the album. I like that it's very personal to you guys, and that it's, you know, something that people can really relate to, and hopefully some people listen to it and not have to go through.
Yeah.
And can maybe understand where other people do and have, you know, empathy for other people and what they go through too. It'll be like a teacher for that in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, this album sounds fucking incredible.
Thank you.
I love all the success you guys are still getting. You're still killing it after all these years, and how far you've all come as people and like grown, and that's awesome to hear.
Thank you.
Because you guys are such a fucking killer band. And one of my favorites, so it's good that you guys are in a comfortable place and killing it every night, you know. Still busting ass.
Always working hard. Like I like to I like to think that we're one of the hardest working bands in the scene. Like we're always creating, we're always on the road, we're always playing shows, like writing music, doing music videos.
Yeah.
Like there's no stopping us, because I mean I think a lot of that goes back to like the three of us are all from working class backgrounds. Like we're all lower class. Like we all grew up with no money. In like fucking piss poor families, like council estates in fucking Manchester, and well, me and Sean are in Manchester. Lynn was in Wales in the valleys. Like so, it's like none of us we've come from nothing. Like, so all we know is like working hard, and like that's, you know, I think that's part of the band's spirit.
Right.
Is like a never say die attitude. Always trying to work harder than everybody else. Yeah. And because at the end of the day, like we've only ever had one goal since we started this band, and like when we started this band 2006, bro. So it's a long time. Like, and even then, like the goal was to be the best death metal band on the planet. Yeah. And that's never changed like that, which is why we work so hard. Yeah. We want to be the best. Yeah. I don't give a shit about money. I don't give a shit because I've never had it. Like, do you know what I mean? I've never had money, so I don't care about money. I don't care about fame. I'm not bothered about it. I just want to be the fucking best. Yeah. That is it. Like, and even if nobody listens to this band, as long as if we get to a point where I think we're the best death metal band on the planet, I'm like, right, cool. That's it. Right, sick. Mission accomplished. Like, I'm not bothered about any of the other shit.
Yeah. You guys have always been one of the best for sure, so you've already been there. You're killing it, man.
Thanks, man.
And you're on a killer tour now, so you're going to get even more exposure and, you know, a shit ton more fans. Hopefully they go back and listen to all your shit. Like, I love that you guys, if you don't have like a record, an EP out, or a single, you still like re-release some of your older shit. Yeah. I love that. It's so good. So
we just want to just keep bringing shit out. Like, it's like, we've got, oh my god, like we've got so much new music coming out. Like even after this album, we've got tons of it. Like,
that's why I can always expect, at least Ingested, they'll have something within 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
This album, I don't even have to wait long for another thing. So, but yeah, I'm happy for your success and just to keep it fucking going. It's been awesome talking to you and having us here. It's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Coming back on Phantasm. You know, we've had Sean on too, so try to get you guys on whenever we love talking to you. So
amazing. Well, thank you for having me. It's been real. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Phantasm.
And you know something? I sort of enjoyed it.
Phantasm.